Hey friends, so today we're going to talk about when rest feels so hard, all right? And whether that's because you're dealing with high anxiety or just insomnia, we're going to go through all of that kind of stuff over the next couple days and really talk about it. So we're conditioned to just overfunction, right? To multitask, to do all the things. I found myself this week as I would be cleaning up something or taking care of something that all of a sudden something else would catch my attention. And I had to be very, very diligent about staying on the one task and not moving to the other task and then having to come back and then you forget where you were. And this morning I didn't do such a great job with that. I literally was going, I left here from the study to do to go in and find my tabs. Thought they were in my car, wasn't sure. So I go in. I ended up reorganizing a cabinet. What happened? I was looking for tabs that were either in my purse or in my car. Nothing to do with the cabinet. And I rearranged the entire cabinet. So we've all been there. Give yourself a little grace in that moment, but we've all been there. But we being conditioned to overfunction and multitask, so our sympathetic nervous system stays in that dominant role, that we are just always almost in a fight or flight. Even though if we don't particularly feel like we're in fight or flight, we are, and when we're not being able to stay on track. So rest is biological and spiritual. All right, we have to rest. God rested on the seventh day. Rest is good. Rest is important. We will, through this next couple days, we're going to go through our vagus support system, how to get rid of that fight or flight, how to truly rest. Your sleep hygiene, so important, sleep hygiene. Your nervous system regulation, which goes with that vagus support, and then how to reduce stimulation because we get overstimulated. I know we talk a lot about babies and kids being overstimulated and then they're just wound up or they can't sleep or they cry over anything. Guess what? Perimenopause too, right? So Proverbs 23:2 says, he makes me lie down. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters, and he refreshes my soul. There are so many studies and things. I talk about a lot of studies, and I'll be happy to share any of those with you that talk about how our system resets when we are around running water, even rain or just easy running water. I used to go on my lunch breaks, especially after one particularly meltdown that happened about 3 years ago now. I used to go on my lunch breaks to a little place near Stones River and just sit there with either my feet in the water or just listening to the sounds of the water. There's something about that resets the brain and helps you calm down. And then notice it says, he makes me. We may not want to, but he makes you rest. And our bodies will. If we push it too much, the rest will be forced. You'll be in the hospital or you'll just have a total shutdown of your system. The body will force the rest. God will force that rest if he absolutely has to. And then he refreshes our soul. So letting him refresh us. For many women, perimenopause is the hardest part. The hardest part of the wellness part. Let me try that again. For many women in perimenopause, the hardest part of wellness isn't learning what to do. It's giving yourself permission to do it or stop doing it, right? Stop cleaning the cabinets and take a moment to rest. The exhausted woman syndrome, adrenal fatigue, caregiving, decision-making, you're burnt out, right? Exhausted woman. Again, we've been watching In the Middle. She talked about the other day, like on one of the episodes, that I'm just so exhausted. I'm just exhausted all the time. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm just tired. Or I'm exhausted and I don't know why. Like, oh, it's because of the kids. Oh, it's because of work. Oh, it's because of... We're exhausted all the time. Matthew 11:28, Jesus tells us to come to him all that are weary, burdened, and he will give us rest. It's easier said than done, right? It is hard to bring everything to him and find rest in that without, we talked about this in the Burrow Bible Babes the other day, and I almost mentioned it this way because I've heard it this way, and it makes so much sense to me that we give something over to him. Like, and somebody said, like, years ago, this analogy, like, we give him a sweater or something like knitted, and then we keep a little bit of the string and we just keep pulling it back. Well, what's going to happen? It's all going to unravel, and it won't look like what it's supposed to look like. So Jesus never shamed women for needing rest. I think of Martha and Mary and her sitting at his feet, kind of getting rest, but also learning from him, while the other one is busy doing all the things. Anxiety gets loud. It gets very loud, and it is very hard to calm it and to shut it down, especially when you're in the throes of it. It's so hard. So you get panic attacks, insomnia, so you're not resting, racing thoughts, wake up in the middle of the night because that cortisol level's peaked. Things that help with that, we've talked about before. L-theanine helps with your GABA nervous system, GABA hormones, serotonin, dopamine, all the good things. Magnesium helps with the nervous system. And then find enjoyment in something. Even if it's a really goofy TV show or a podcast or taking a walk or playing mini golf with the kids or, whatever it is, just find enjoyment in something and invite God into your nervous system, healing your mental health. That you need help. It's all chemical and all that stuff. He can heal it, but you need to pray through it, right? Philippians 4:6-7 says, don't worry about anything. That's easier said than done, right? Through prayer and petition with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God. Maybe thanking him for some of the anxiety because you're learning something in it. And it also talks about the peace of God, which surpasses all thoughts, will guard your heart and minds in Jesus Christ. Sometimes that may take a little bit of fasting, because you're so hot, so wired. The old adage of, if you're mad at the world, eat something. If you're mad at yourself, take a nap. Try those things. Like, there are different, everybody responds differently. If it's a big decision or it's something that I'm just struggling with, sometimes I will fast and pray to make the decision. If it's I'm just overwhelmed and stressed and tired, it's trying to eat the right foods, because I know personally the wrong foods make me even more high anxiety. It is taking a nap, resting. I zone out a little bit more to TV on those weeks. I remind my kids, like, maybe this isn't the week to ask me for anything because I'm not in the best mood. Even in the middle, the daughter was going to ask the mom for something. She goes, oh, I'll wait till you're watching The Bachelor because that's your happy time. Find ways around it and inform your family. I hope this has helped. We're going to get more into the rage factor later, and because those things happen. But take a moment to find some peace today. Find some enjoyment. It's raining here. Maybe listen to the rain, or go for a walk and listen to the water. Even just turn on sound vibrations on your phone. All of that. There is an energy that runs through us that is attached to the ground and attached to sound and attached to things. So, find the thing that brings you enjoyment, brings you peace, helps you to calm down. You may not think about it in the moment, but when you do think about it, do it. Even if it's not in the moment per se, but do it to help reset the system, or else the next thing might spike you even harder. L-theanine, magnesium, 2 great resources. If you want to know my best ones, the ones that I've researched and I love that are the most absorption and better, let me know. I will send you the links. And I will happily talk to you all later.